Good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Hunter Forst here. Welcome to the Weather Desk, the show that gives you today's top weather headlines. Craig is off today, so I will be in for him as we go throughout the rest of the week, Thursday and into Friday. But we have a few good things to talk about today, a few sad things as well, unfortunately, on the deck as we go throughout the show today. We're going to be talking about the cleanup that's going on in the Northeast from that major blizzard that they just had, dropping 1 to even up to 3 feet of snow. We're also going to be talking about some cooler weather down in Florida, also some Florida brush fires. There is an updated lawsuit in Camp Mystic with that devastating flooding that happened down in Texas. We're going to be talking about weather history with Ben Franklin, or about Ben Franklin. It's a weather nugget that Evan Stewart did, so we'll be doing a little bit of some of that weather history. And then, of course, the local forecast for us here in Hampton Roads. Luckily, today will be a little bit warmer than yesterday. We'll be in the mid to upper 50s compared to the lower 40s like we were yesterday. But let's take a look at our first topic, the blizzard cleanup in New England. This morning, the Northeast is still cleaning up after a blizzard dumped several feet of snow from Maryland all the way to Maine. And another round of snow is on the way tomorrow. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
This morning, a new round of snow in the east as millions dig out from Monday's record-breaking storm. More than 150,000 customers in Massachusetts still without power. On Cape Cod, crews from across the country are helping restore electricity, which could take until the weekend.
Sunday night, took out this power cable, and we lost power coming across the street here.
Cleanup is underway in Rhode Island after more than 3 feet of snow. But some communities are struggling as plows keep getting bogged down.
We're stuck and the snow is up high, up to our knees.
The storm turning deadly at Salve Regina University in Newport, where authorities say a student died from carbon monoxide poisoning while charging his phone in a vehicle. In New York City, 4 men are wanted for questioning in connection with a snowball fight that sent 2 police officers to the hospital. The blizzard hit airports hard. More than 2,000 flights were canceled Tuesday alone, with thousands more delayed. On the roads, authorities are warning drivers to clear snow and ice from their vehicles, saying chunks that fly off can cause dangerous distractions and even serious damage.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
And luckily right now there's not a whole lot going on across the United States in terms of heavy snowfall, but like we were saying before, there is a little bit of snow up in the Northeast right now. Another round rolling on through, but luckily they're not expecting to see a whole lot, just a couple of inches today, if that. But right now, seeing some snow going towards eastern Connecticut into Rhode Island, where Rhode Island picked up a historic amount of snow. Some snow up around Boston as well into Long Island. But of course, this storm certainly not as big as what the other system was. So luckily, some good news there. But here's a look as we go throughout the rest of the day today into the afternoon. We could see a transition over to some rain showers by the early afternoon. Some snow up around Maine and into New Hampshire. But luckily, the system moves out pretty quick with maybe a few isolated snowflakes heading into our Thursday morning. But luckily, not going to be seeing a major system up in New England today. Here's a look at the snowfall forecast. Again, not expecting a whole lot in southern New England. Could pick up a trace to maybe an inch plus in a few spots. A little bit more here in central New York, up around northern Vermont into Maine. Could pick up 1 to 3 inches of snow, but nothing near what we saw just the other day. Here's a look at some of the snow depths up around New England and into Connecticut, seeing 1, 2, 3 feet of snow in a few spots. North Stonington, Connecticut, picked up around 3 feet of snow, over 30 inches of snow in a few spots. Same around Providence, Rhode Island. The snowpack pretty deep up around Boston and into Springfield, Massachusetts as well. But again, authorities in Rhode Island are warning of another danger during snowstorms after a college student died from carbon monoxide poisoning. As you just heard, this happened at Salve Regina University in Newport, Rhode Island. The student had gone to his car to charge his phone, but the exhaust pipe had been locked by snow. John Perrick has more details.
Believe it. It was just it's hard to deal with.
A sophomore on Salve's football team.
He was progressing towards being better.
Found unconscious in a car by police officers during Monday's blizzard. Officials say the car was here, parked outside the Young building on Salve's campus along Bellevue Ave. Newport police says carbon monoxide killed him.
It's odorless. You don't really you can't really smell it. You can't tell it's there. And you're not necessarily thinking about it because you're just chilling in your car. You don't necessarily think to clear out the gas pipe.
Police tell us they believe 21-year-old Joseph Beltros was in his car to charge his phone. Officers say they first found him around 7:30 p.m. Students told us the school didn't have power then.
He was a bundle of joy, you know. He always brought his personality to the room.
Christian Reese was on the offensive line with Beltros.
It was nice to see him working. I literally just saw him last Saturday. He was saying, yeah, man, I went from 290 to 270. I feel really good. I'm feeling light over the break.
Tonight, in a statement, the university's president sharing her condolences with all those who loved him.
Carbon monoxide is nothing to play around with.
At Tuesday's news conference, Rhode Island's fire marshal discussed the danger this odorless killer can have on us all.
If you feel you have an issue, call 911.
Back at Salve, the emotions are raw. Christian found out this morning.
It's hard. I plan to go to his funeral. I plan to drive all the way, if it's in Long Island, it's in freaking Seattle.
Just a really sad situation there. And while Florida was spared from the snow this time, farmers there are still losing billions because of frigid temperatures. Edward Franco spoke to some of those impacted near Fort Myers.
I've been here for 18 years, and that's the hardest winter.
Felix Hernandez is the field manager at Blueberry Bunch Farm. He is bracing for another cold blast.
The temperature drop, I have to be here running and doing everything. Everything is ready to run. 2,000 gallons per minute.
Hernandez showed me their water pump that is used to irrigate and spray water on the plants when it gets too cold. That water freezes over the plants to help most berries alive. You can see the last time they were frozen just a few weeks ago, but not all the plants survive as the cold wind does the most damage.
We lose more than 4,000 plants was killed by the weather.
Hernandez also tells me they lost around 30,000 pounds of blueberries. Florida's recent cold snaps have caused over $3 billion in estimated losses to Florida agriculture.
It's not going to be good. It's not good. This is twice that's happened. It's hard for us to even get supplies here quickly because this is something we don't expect.
At Southwest Florida Produce in Punta Gorda, the effects from the last frost are also still taking a toll.
Through to our last frost, a lot of them blew far. We had to go far to pick up all of the sheets and the plastic, and then they all got destroyed from the wind. So we can't even get any more plastic in for tonight.
It has just been a cold winter for a lot of us here in the United States, not just up in the north, but down into Florida as well, like you just saw. And temperatures this morning in Florida right now aren't too bad, sitting in the mid to upper 40s to mid 50s. But earlier this morning, around 6, 7, 8 o'clock, we were seeing temperatures hovering around freezing in a few spots up around Lake City. Tampa was feeling chilly this morning, same around Orlando. Right now sitting around 55 degrees in Fort Pierce, 61 in Freeport, Bahamas. They were in the mid to low 50s earlier this morning. 51 in Marco Island, Key West sitting at 62 degrees this morning. Albany, Georgia sitting at 45 degrees. And over the next couple of days, we'll start to see the temperatures rising there. Down in Florida, 71 today in Jacksonville, 69 in Miami. So temperatures will really jump as we go throughout the day today. But even over in Texas, tomorrow we'll be in the upper 70s, pushing 80 degrees in Houston. By tomorrow afternoon, upper 60s to low 70s in around Jacksonville. And then by Friday afternoon, really warming up into the mid to upper 70s, 78 in Miami Friday afternoon, 76 in Jacksonville, Florida. Look at Houston sitting at 84 degrees. Even as we head into this upcoming weekend, getting close to 80 in Miami, 82 in Houston, 82 in Dallas, 79 in Oklahoma City. But frigid temperatures further off towards the north, 20 in Minneapolis, 39 in Boston. But Washington, D.C. this weekend going to be really comfortable, around 61 degrees, 53 here in Norfolk Saturday afternoon, 70 in Atlanta, and again, mid to upper 70s down in Florida. But staying in Florida, firefighters are working to put out a massive brush fire in Collier County. The flames have burned at least 15,000 acres near Naples and forced crews to shut down part of Interstate 75. The smoke is also creating poor visibility. The fire is still 0% contained, and the cause is under investigation. And the families of campers and counselors who died at Camp Mystic last year are now suing health officials in Texas. You may remember 27 people died when floodwaters swept through the summer camp in the middle of the night on July 4th. The lawsuit says all youth camps are required to have written emergency plans posted in each cabin, but Camp Mystic did not have one for flooding. The lawsuit names 6 officials at the Texas Department of State Health and Services as defendants. Camp Mystic is expected to reopen this summer, but the Texas Lieutenant Governor is trying to prevent that from happening. And now to Nebraska, where a sinkhole swallowed 2 cars. Check it out. This happened while the cars were stopped at a red light in Omaha on Tuesday. Fortunately, no one was hurt when that section of road collapsed. That road has been closed while crews were trying to figure out how to repair it. Some interesting stuff there. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, America celebrates its 250th birthday this year, and we're looking at how the weather has shaped our history. Plus, a warmer Wednesday for us in Hampton Roads. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Before radar and satellites, one of America's founding fathers made a discovery that changed how we understand storms. In 1743, Ben Franklin uncovered a key principle of meteorology, and it all started with a missed lunar eclipse. Meteorologist Evan Stewart explains.
We track storms every day, watching rain or snow move in on the radar, following hurricanes along the coast. But in the 1700s, scientists didn't understand that storms have their own motion, separate and independent from the surface wind. Now, in 1743, Benjamin Franklin was in Philadelphia preparing to observe a lunar eclipse. The problem? A storm moved in. Clouds blocked the sky, and the surface winds were blowing from the northeast. Now, Franklin assumed the storm had come from that direction and likely spoiled the view in Boston as well. That's where his brother lived. But he learned something surprising. The eclipse was in fact visible in Boston, and the storm arrived there 3 hours after Philadelphia. That meant the storm hadn't followed the surface wind at all. Franklin realized that storms have their own circulation and path of motion. He later confirmed the idea in 1749 by tracking a hurricane up the East Coast using newspaper reports from multiple cities. But it was that simple insight, that storms move independently through the atmosphere, that became a foundation of modern meteorology. So every time we track a storm today, we're still using a principle first uncovered by Franklin. After one cloudy night, hid the moon.
Certainly some interesting stuff there. And it's a cloudy day here in Hampton Roads as well here in 2026. But taking a live look at our Thompson Creek Window Company sky view, temperatures outside right now sitting at around 44 degrees. It's pretty breezy as well. Winds out of the southwest at Norfolk International at 20 miles per hour, gusting to around 20 to 25. And waking up this morning, we were in the upper 30s to lower 40s, but with the breeze, it felt more like the low 30s. And it'll continue to feel like that over the next hour or so, but we'll really start to rise up into the mid to upper 50s as we head later into this afternoon. Dew point sitting at 26 degrees this morning. Here's a look at the temperature change from about 24 hours ago. So yesterday you were heading off to work at this time. It was feeling a bit cooler by about 10 degrees in Norfolk. We're right now 10 degrees warmer here in Virginia Beach. It's 12 degrees warmer down in Manio compared to 24 hours ago. 10 in Melfa, 11 in West Point. We're 10 degrees warmer in Wakefield, 11 in Emporia, and 12 in Richmond. So certainly a bit more of a comfortable start to our Wednesday morning compared to Tuesday. And highs yesterday were chilly as well. We were only at around 43 degrees for our high. And again, today we will be much warmer than that. But right now we're sitting at around 44 degrees in Norfolk. It's 46 in Currituck, 46 degrees in Manio. 43 in Emporia, it's 44 in Gloucester, 40 in Melfa, 41 in Wallops Island, 44 in Richmond, 45 degrees in Ahoskie this morning, 48 in Eatonton, 45 in Elizabeth City, 44 in Virginia Beach, 42 in Matthews, 44 in West Point. In Petersburg, you guys are sitting at 44 as well this morning. Wind gusts today have been a bit high, up to about 30 miles an hour in Norfolk. We've seen gusts around 28 miles an hour in Virginia Beach. Not too bad a little bit further inland around Petersburg, Emporia. You guys have been seeing wind gusts, in the teens, 15 to 17 mile per hour gusts in Emporia, 16 in Petersburg. Suffolk, you guys have seen gusts up to around 23 miles an hour, close to 30 and Wallops Island, 26 in Saluda, 29 in Elizabeth City, 28 in Manio. And we'll continue to see this as we go through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon as well. So we'll feel a bit cooler than what your thermometer is actually saying. Here's a look, though, at our satellite and radar outside right now. We are seeing a bit of cloud cover here. We have a trough just off to our west. We have a warm front off to our north. And we are seeing a few isolated sprinkles out there this morning. Luckily, not seeing any snow, and we don't have any snow in the forecast. But right now, we are seeing a little bit out towards West Virginia, seeing some snow coming down around the Appalachian Mountains, but even some rain as well. There is a cold front off to our west, and eventually that'll push through as we head into our Friday. So temperatures, again, will drop, but we will be seeing rain from that. So it's going to be a rainy day tomorrow and as we head into overnight tonight. That's when it really starts to pick up. But as we zoom on in here, you'll notice around Franklin, Elizabeth City, Nags Head, seeing a few light sprinkles over there, up around Tappahannock as well. But pretty much everyone getting in on some cloudier skies. But there is the potential we could see a little bit more sunshine as we head into our afternoon. But here's a look at our futurecast through the rest of the day today. You'll notice winds are more out of the south and west. So that's more of a warm air. So it'll help keep us a little bit warmer than yesterday. If you have a north wind, that drags in some cooler air. Normally when a cold front comes on through, the winds shift out of the north, northwest, and there's a lot of cold air up towards the north. So that drags in the cooler air, and that's why we see colder temperatures. But when winds are more out of the south, and especially the southwest, that's where all the warm air is. So we see temperatures rising. So by this afternoon, we'll be in the mid to lower 50s, 51 around Accomack, 53 in Manio, 55 in Hertford, 53 degrees in Petersburg. If you are heading out this evening, temperatures remain comfortable. We'll be dropping into the lower 50s and we'll stay in the upper 40s to low 50s through the evening and into the overnight hour. So, if you want to play, some tennis, some pickleball, it'll be a really nice evening for it because we'll stay dry. We won't see the rain coming in until early Thursday morning. Even by 10, 11 o'clock tonight, we're dry, but we do start to see that increase in cloud cover. You'll notice temperatures staying in the mid to lower 50s with that southwest wind, a little bit cooler up around Richmond and Tappahannock. But here comes the rainfall overnight into Thursday morning. This is 9:30, but we'll see it starting even earlier than that, around 4, 5 o'clock. That's when we'll start to see the rain coming on down. Looking to be light to moderate rainfall, so not expecting much in the way of flooding, which is good news there, but we certainly do need the rain. A lot of us here in Hampton Roads still under a moderate drought, so this rain is certainly welcome. And you know what? It's not coming on the weekend this time. So that's some good news there as well. But here we are at 9:30, 9:45. We're in the lower 50s, 51 in Elizabeth City, 50 in Manteo, 43 in Cape Charles, 50 in Williamsburg, and 50 in Roanoke Rapids. We'll see those showers lingering heading into the afternoon and into the early evening. But it's looking like by your commute home tomorrow from work, we should start to see the rain lightening up a bit, especially for our northern area. So this is around 4:45. And you'll notice things are looking good for the eastern shore, up around the northern neck into the peninsula, middle peninsula, Ivor, Petersburg, and we're still hovering in the mid to upper 40s to lower 50s. 55 in Hereford, 51 in Manteo, but still seeing the rain coming down for parts of the south side and into eastern North Carolina. By Thursday night, 11 o'clock, we do start to dry out down around Elizabeth City, Hertford, into the Admiral Sound, but a few lingering showers down into the Outer Banks. By Friday morning, it is a cloudy start to the day, and you'll notice winds do start to shift more out of the north and the east, so that will drag in some cooler air, and we'll be in the mid 40s, even low 40s, starting off the day on Friday. 41 in Virginia Beach, 48 in Elizabeth City, 42 in Gloucester, 45 in Murfreesboro, 42 degrees in Petersburg. But as we get into this weekend, it is looking absolutely beautiful. 56 degrees on Saturday, partly cloudy, seasonable, and not only is it going to be nice on Saturday, but it's also going to be nice on Sunday. And it feels like we don't get that very often, that both days during the weekend have great weather. So you can kind of pick and choose which day you want to do a nice, fun outdoor activity. 56 degrees again on Saturday, 57 on Sunday. Pretty much a copy and paste forecast, and looking like we'll be seeing a good amount of sunshine on both days as well, but maybe seeing a little bit more for the second half of the weekend. And even if you're going around the region, I mean, if you're going up to D.C., on Saturday, 67 degrees. I mean, I just feel like the streets are going to be packed in D.C. People are going to be out and about, going shopping, going out, going to eat. 53 degrees on Sunday, and even around Richmond, mid-60s, 66 degrees for both days. 67 in Charlottesville on Saturday, 61 degrees on Sunday, and a little bit cooler down into the Outer Banks, 52 degrees on Saturday. They maybe could see an isolated shower or sprinkle. 57 on Sunday with a good amount of sunshine, but some great weather for a lot of us heading into this upcoming weekend. Still 67 in D.C. on Saturday. That's going to be feeling really, really nice. Here's a look at our 10-day temperature trend. After this weekend, we do see another drop in temperatures heading into Monday and Tuesday, but it's not going to last very long, and we could even see a bigger warm-up by the end of next week and into next weekend, back into the mid to maybe even upper 60s. So as we get, to the end of February into March, these cold snaps aren't really going to be lasting as long as what we were seeing earlier in the winter. Rain chances again, of course, highest tomorrow. We'll see some numerous widespread rain. Could see an isolated shower or sprinkle early Friday morning. I think most of us will stay dry, but after that, things aren't looking bad heading into the weekend. Maybe a low-end shower chance on Saturday, but still looking really nice. And then a few isolated showers possible heading into next week as well. But again, for today, mid to upper 50s, even some of us pushing 60, 57 in Norfolk. It'll be 48 in Cape Charles, 54 in Urbana, 56 degrees in Hampton this afternoon, 60 in Edenton, 60 in Hertford, 57 in Kill Devil Hills, and 56 degrees. In Manteo, overnight tonight, it'll be mild. We'll start to see the rain rolling on in. 49 in Franklin, 50 in Suffolk, 43 degrees in Norfolk. It'll be 43 in Cape Charles, 47 in Gloucester, 48 degrees in Hampton. Down into eastern North Carolina, 51 in Edenton today, 49 in Elizabeth City, and 48 degrees in Kill Devil Hills. Tomorrow, a little bit cooler. It'll be rainy, 54 in Boykins, 55 in Norfolk for your Thursday, 47 in Cape Charles, so a little bit cooler along the eastern shore, 50 in Gloucester, 52 degrees in Hampton. It'll be 55 in Elizabeth City, 57 in Edenton, and 54 degrees over in Manteo. Here's a look at our 5-day forecast. Again, we'll be in the mid to upper 50s today and tomorrow, but a rainier day heading into your Thursday. Cooler on Friday as we get into the upper 40s. But of course, this upcoming weekend is looking really, really nice. 56 degrees on Saturday, 57 on Sunday, which is March 1st. And then we drop back into the upper 40s on Monday and Tuesday with some showers as well. I appreciate you joining me today. Of course, you could find me on social media, Facebook, Meteorologist Hunter Forst, Instagram at Hunter Forst. And of course, remember, you can always get the latest traffic and weather on the go with the 13 News Now app. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the app now. It's free on the App Store and Google Play. Again, I appreciate you joining me today. We'll be back here again tomorrow starting at 9 o'clock. And enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.